Hello, good afternoon. My name is Daphne, and I'm glad that you could join me today to basically swatch and gush over these beautiful handmade watercolors by Essee Colors. They're from Italy, and I discovered them over a year ago with a small palette, and since then I've been building, and I just received my latest order yesterday, and I was so excited, and it was just beautifully wrapped. And I'm not filming the unwrapping, but just will show you what was included in my order. I'm also going to be swatching some colors I had from before, because I would like to show you some of the range that they have. So again, I am not a paid sponsor. I'm not sponsored by anyone. I buy all of the colors by myself, but I just love them so much, and I'd like to share them with you and share my joy of handmade watercolors with those of you that also love handmade watercolors. So I'm going to go ahead and finish getting set up here. I prepared these swatches kind of based on these cute dot cards. So I thought I would do it a little different today, and I hope you enjoy. So first off, I'd like to show you these little palettes that come in wooden palettes, and they come with these little cards so that you can show, you know, where the colors are and what they are. So I did that last night. They snap together with a really strong magnet, very strong. And these boxes are beautiful and sturdy. So this is one of them. And then one of my boxes actually had a travel brush in it. And I will open that. I haven't opened this one yet. This looks like kind of brush I've never owned before. But I can do that later, actually, because I need some scissors and I want to go ahead and get started on swatching. But anyway, this is a number 10 travel brush that was included with my colors that I purchased. And let's see. Also, I think this was something that they threw in that's lovely. It's called, this one is Granito de Oro, and it looks like you can rest your brush here and use this as a little palette. It's pottery, and I just love the natural pottery so much. I love all their touches, their commitment to the earth, and you know, non-toxic materials. It's just wonderful. These are some dot cards that came, also all beautiful colors. And this was one that I received from a previous order. I think this one came with the truffle set that I had. I think I've swatched that one before. If I haven't, I will go and do that another time. Anyway, so without further ado, I will go ahead and mark these cards and be right back. Okay, I am back. I have labeled all of my little swatch cards. So this is basically, this was the inspiration. These beautiful little swatch cards, very generous with the dots, and they're so beautiful. I probably will only do these two sets today. I do have another order coming probably in a few more days, because I just keep ordering. I'm just obsessed. Every time I get an order, or I place an order, I'm like, oh, I really want that color too. I don't know if that happens to anyone else, but it happens to me. So I have been indulging my obsession lately with, you know, deep light, a Giallo, and Essee. And so without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to swatch out Berlin Blue. And let's get that here. They wet very quickly. Very rich colors. Vibrant, gorgeous. I'm going to check my camera, make sure everything's in sight for you guys. So I'm going to kind of pretend this is a dot card, and it's kind of been used. So that's kind of like how I'm going to approach this swatching today. I did it in my journal last night when I was kind of using the dot cards in my art journal, and I really liked it. So it kind of gave me the idea to go ahead and try this out with you guys. Okay, that is Berlin Blue, and it is really, oh my gosh, I just think it's so pretty. Okay, this next one is a very delicate color. It is called Emana Pearl, and I have grown a huge admiration for these more subtle greens and earth colors. It's just, you know, when you're painting botanicals or florals, landscapes, it's just very, very natural and beautiful, and you get such gorgeous effects. And because I'm becoming more and more obsessed with color, I love the subtlety of color too, and the granulation that you can find inside these. So I'm going to, here we go, let's just smudge that a little bit more, put a little bit more in here. And this is Emana Pearl. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to really create some art with all these paints. I've recently went back to full-time work in my old career, and so the time that I actually have that's peaceful and quiet and where I'm not exhausted to do videos is very limited right now, but I actually am enjoying this very much. So today was one of those rare occasions where I have the house to myself. It's nice and quiet. I'm not working, I'm not tired. I don't know if any of you can relate to that. You know, lives with family or roommates or whatever it might be, and you work full time. I just really treasure my time, my alone time, so much, so much. All right, this was wild, and it's so pretty. I'm gonna say that over and over again today because there's not one color that I ordered that I'm not crazy about. So just bear with me. The next color is Sanguine. So I think that they're based out of Italy, but they have a workshop in Latvia. They used to have one in Spain. I think they closed that. I don't know if they would make the paints there or do the distribution there or in Spain. But now they're in Latvia, and they told me another place. And I forgot. Oh, gosh, I can't believe it. But anyway, and their packaging is very, very thorough, very careful, and it takes a little while. It's not like ordering from, you know, something that's here in the United States, but all of the shipments, I think, come through Riga, Latvia, like Deep Deep Light does. And I'm not sure why that. They must have some kind of a good shipping infrastructure there, or some reason why these companies, even if they're not based directly out of Latvia, are shipping out of there. So I'm kind of curious. All right, the next color is Desert Ocra. Desert Ocra is, oh gosh, this is gonna be nice. I think it will be, it's a very good color for landscape, for sure. You know, I don't know, these really granulate quite nicely. The kind of paper I'm using today, it's interesting. I was so curious about the Moulin du Roy from Canson, and I've never used any Canson papers because typically they're not the best quality. But the Canson du Roy, let me show you. It's called Moulin du Roy. Moulin du Roy by Canson. I actually had to go through Jackson's in the UK to get these because I think it's a little bit, it's not cheap because I think this is their best paper, but they've discontinued them here in the United States. You can't find them, and I don't know why. But I like it. And it's good because I have such a hard time, you know, doing swatching on like arches or Saunders Waterford paper because it is very, very expensive paper. This is a pad, cold press 100% cotton watercolor paper, and I think it's actually on par with those other brands that I just mentioned a minute ago. So if you are in Europe, it's probably much easier to get this paper than it is for me. But I do like Jackson's, and they ship really quickly. And yeah, so let's see. I mean, I order from a lot of places, Blick and Jerry's Artorama, Cheap Joe's, but and I do go into stores, but less nowadays because I just don't have as much time. So the next color that I'm going to swatch is called Teal Blue Lagoon. And it is a beautiful teal. Here we go. Check. Can you see? Yep. So I'm pulling some of the, like a dark card would do, it has some kind of dimension here, like heavy color, and then I'm gonna smush it down. Smoosh, and push it around. So it's not just a square. I've done lots of, my favorite way of swatching has always been to do the big, the nice like pebbles or eggs, like stones. Not so much just squares or basic circles. So I'm always looking to do something a little bit different, a little creative. So, and I actually like the way this looks. I really do. Kind of happy this way this is turning out. I wasn't sure if you would get enough of the view of the colors, but I think you can get a good idea of what they can do this way. So the next color I'm going to swatch for you is Rojo Oxido. Should I do that with an Italian accent? Rojo Oxido. I don't know. I speak Spanish. My mother's from Spain. So I think Italian comes, when I'm in Italy, we can kind of understand each other. There's a lot of similarities between Italian and Spanish. Not 100%, but it works. I think that'll be the next language I learn is Italian. I'd love to learn French. I took French in middle school and it was very difficult. I find the pronunciation very hard for me for some reason. I know the conjugation, the rules of that language is very similar to Spanish. So on that grammatical level, I don't think I'd have too much trouble, but it's mostly the pronunciation. I would love to see comments on my video because I'm a brand new channel and I would love to be able to make content. So if you would take a minute and just, hit that like button, and if you like, subscribe to me. I will be creating more and more content, including some tutorials. I don't know about tutorials, but like demonstrations. I think demonstrations are like a tutorial because you kind of watch. I'm always fascinated by watching other people paint. This color now is Giallo Cromo Oxido. Giallo Cromo Oxido. I think that's how you pronounce it. If one of the ladies from Essee or wants to correct my pronunciation, if they watch this video, that'd be great. They actually started following me on Instagram. So excited when I saw that. And actually last night I looked on their story and they had posted one of my paintings from my sketchbook in there of some pears, and I was just so honored, tickled pink. Oh my gosh. Starstruck. That's what I am, starstruck by these people. So here we go. This was Giallo Cromo Oro, really beautiful gold. I'm using only natural light today, so hopefully that'll translate well. I didn't want to turn on any artificial light in the room. And because my studio where I normally paint is a mess, it's not very pretty. I thought I would do it here on the dining room table. Okay, this next color is Olive Green Light. Olive Green Light. I love greens. I can never get enough greens in my palettes because the world is made up of so many different types of greens. And of course, I mix greens. And a lot of the greens that I have, even though they're pre-mix, I'll mix them with other colors to use different shades. But I just, I don't know, I love color. And I do know that a lot of people like just to keep a very limited color palette and just can mix everything, because you can. If you could probably, if you could figure out what the pigments are. And that's, I'm not listing pigments because personally it's just not something I really care about. I guess if I really wanted to know, I could look up the color, and online they would list the pigments. There are some specialty colors they don't list all the pigments, and that's fair because, you know, it could be proprietary. They've created these beautiful colors, and maybe they don't want everybody copying them. All right, Uva Pasa. Uva Pasa, that's basically, I think it means in Italian, raisin. Raisin. Uva is like grape, and pasa is like raisins in Spanish, so I'm pretty sure that's what this is. And it is a raisiny color. We can learn a new language while we paint. How's that? I started a new audiobook. And I started doing audiobooks so that I could actually paint and listen to audiobooks or drive. I always have a regular book that I'm reading and an audiobook now going. So it's kind of doubling up on my reading. Man, I am so pleased with the way this card turned out. It's so nice. It's so pretty. There we go. So I'm going to pause this, let this dry, and then I'm going to flip the card over and continue with the rest of this palette. Be back. So I'm back. My colors are still not quite dry yet, so I thought I would show you another book that I'm reading. It's called, let's see, The Island of Missing Trees by Elif Shafak, and I'm enjoying it. It's a good book. Actually, it's a lot of the tree talks. It's one of the characters, main characters, narrator of this book is a fig tree. And this fig tree is from the island of Cyprus. And there's a lot of history in Cyprus between the Greeks, the Turks, and the British. And they touch on that in the book. And the kind of love between the father and the mother who's passed. The mother was Turkish and the father was Greek, and they fell in love, and when they ended up together, I guess their families disowned both of them. So they moved to the United States. And so this is also about their daughter and her struggles. But anyway, I'm enjoying this book. I just made this bookmark, make my own little bookmarks, but I kind of like it. It's kind of cool. So I think, let's see, it's still kind of shiny. I am going to wait a couple more minutes. I made myself some tea. My favorite tea is Earl Grey. In the comments below, why don't you put down your favorite tea? Or if you like tea at all, what is your favorite beverage? Well, it can be any kind of beverage. Just go ahead and make a comment, and then I'll know that you got this far. All right, thanks. Okay, I'm back. Well, that Uva Pasa took a while to dry, and I lost patience and did something I never do, which is I hit it with a hair dryer. I don't really like doing that, but anyway. So the next color we're going to do, let's see, Uva Pasa was the last one I did. So now we are on to sap green. Oh, this is nice. mid-tone. Let's try pushing it out a little bit more. That's pretty. That's a pretty green. Okay, the next color is called Coral. Looks like it's probably mixed with zinc white or something. It's pretty opaque. Let's see if I can coax. Oh yeah. Sure. Oh, there goes some water. Let's see how light I can get this. It's a pretty pink, corally pink. You know, we're in spring and it's, I don't know, there's a lot of uses for pinks, even in buildings. Sunsets, skies, flowers. The world is full of many colors. All right, let's see. I'm gonna do that. It can be, lots of water, it can get very, very, very light. Yep. All right, the next, so that's it for this first box set. I will put this to the side. And the next color, let's see, I have a little dot card here, is Terra Antica. And Terra Antica is another earthy, delicate green, if I can recall. Oh, it's really light. It's like, what is that? It's kind of earthy brownish tones in this green. What is that called? Terra Verde? Not quite. It's more like, there's more brown, not brown. I'm trying to come up with a word. I love it. You know, this, not only for natural colors, this could work well for buildings, pavements. It's really, I think it's a really versatile color without it being opaque. Definitely like the stems on some light branches. I just really love it. I actually really do. Which is funny because I think about a couple years ago, I probably wouldn't have appreciated some of these more muted colors as much as I do right now. Just the dimension and depth that when you look inside of these colors really, really is impressing to me. So. Not flashy, but it has great personality. How's that? Okay, so the next color is Verde Foresta. Verde Foresta. And this is like a forest green. It's a very nice, cool green. Let's put more in here. And smudge down. Pop that bubble. Wow, that's a interesting bubble. Okay, that was cool though. Look what it did. So this is forest green. how light it can get. Okay. The next color is Paris Gray. I really love grays so much. I live in San Francisco, and we have a lot of days that are quite gray. And then the ocean and the sand and there's just, it really captures the mood here. I think a lot of grays do. And I tend to use a lot of grays and gray blues in my skies. Because, and I find them far more interesting than blue skies, to be honest with you. I just love the overcast, the fog, the moody stuff. I'm very attracted to moody things, moody weather. I mean, I love a beautiful day, yes. But there's just something about going out to the ocean and seeing the fog behind, you know, 'cause in Ocean Beach, it's big ocean, but then when you turn around, you have Land's End and all the trees and the hills, and you see the fog rolling in. It's just really stunning. And anyway, so this gray is a very, very nice, I think I would say it's kind of a coolish, warm, well, is it cool or warm? I think it's kind of a warm gray, actually. It's like it reminds me of French gray, or I don't know. I like it. So the next color is Malaga. Malaga. Let's see. España. Viva España. Yeah, so I mentioned my mother's from Spain. Basque, so we're Basque. That's the region that my family's from. And it is stunning. It's so beautiful. Everyone always goes to the sunny parts of Spain or the big cities. You're really missing out if you don't travel up north to places like Navarra and Vizcaya, where San Sebastian is. Also, it's so green and so pretty, and it's not as overrun with tourists except during San Fermin in Pamplona. Yeah, I have a lot of tourists in San Sebastian, but it's nothing like Barcelona or Madrid, and you know. But I really like it. I'm very drawn to green rolling hills and sheep and all that stuff. I went to Asturias last time I was there, and I haven't been to Galicia, but Asturias is absolutely like Switzerland. I am not kidding. It's Switzerland on a budget. It is so beautiful. Definitely need to go visit there. And you know who's from there too? Jose Andres from the World Kitchen. He is amazing, and he's from Asturias. So there we go. The next color I'm going to swatch is Healing. I'm curious. I don't remember what this one looks like. Let's see. Ooh, it is like an indigo almost. It's so pretty. And I actually really love this paper. This is, I think, the first time I've painted on it, and I like it. Oh, you guys, this is so pretty. I hope you can see it. I hope it's translating well on camera. And it's so nice to have that personal touch with smaller companies that do handmade watercolors. And I know that there's a lot of other ones. We have a nice company here in San Francisco called Case for Making. They also do handmade watercolors that are very nice. But anyway, well, I'll probably swatch theirs some other time. But I do really love Europe. So maybe I just tend to get a lot of things from Europe because maybe it's my roots. Who knows? Okay, shadow work. Shadow work is the next color. And what is this? Let's see what this is. Oh, okay, it's kind of like a deep olivey green. Let's push this up. Okay. It's nice. I think the shadow work, some of the colors on the website, if you can't figure out how to order them, because I can be inept at times doing that, trying to figure out how do I get the colors that I want. At Deep Deep Light, you can put them in the comments when you're placing your order. With Essee, they actually number the colors. You can add them to the cart that way, but sometimes some of their colors are not listed there, so you can, if you go into their website and there's a place where you can do a chat where you send them a message and they'll answer you as soon as, quite quickly, and help you like by telling you how to order, how to complete your order. And I use that feature quite often. So, you know, if I have questions. So there's a live person there. It's not a robot. I hate those robots. I'm not an AI person. I really can't stand AI. I don't know. I know I'm sounding like a boomer, but whatever. I am a boomer, so. But, you know, I'm all for change, but that's not something I'm really excited about. I think that AI can, while it can be very useful, in the wrong hands, it can be very, very dangerous. I think going forward, we're going to see a lot of that because human nature. People sometimes don't want to adhere to certain ethical things, and it can be used for pretty scary stuff. Also, I don't know, they can be pretty sentient eventually. I think they're going to be able to start reading minds and things. It's kind of crazy. Sometimes I think I'm just thinking about something and all of a sudden I look on Instagram and they're advertising it to me and I'm like, okay, I know that you listen to me on my phone, which I don't like that. And I know if I'm typing in a search, they can look up that. But if I'm just thinking about something, how in the world do you know to post about that obscure thing that I'm thinking about? So that's just something that, things that make you go, I wonder what's going on here. Anyway, that's I'm kind of joking, kind of not, but anyway. So the next color I'm going to do is Northern Lights. And this one, actually, I was surprised. It's a bright, bright green, but it's a very useful green. It's a spring green, and but it's not tacky. It kind of looks that way in the pan. It's very bright, but I could see a lot of use for this. I've been doing some sketching, painting of figs. It could be similar to like a fig leaf green. You know, certain parts of the fig leaf the sun's hitting it, can be very light. This is spring green. It's very nice. Actually, it's really pretty. Also gives good highlights. There. Okay, that's Northern Lights. The next color I'm going to swatch is Juniper, which I already had, but I love it so much that I got another one because I just know I'm going to run out. Excuse my voice. I think I have allergies. I'm going to drink some water. So I often have like a frog in my throat. Okay. Oh, look at this Juniper. It's so pretty. It's lovely, simply gorgeous. So if any of you have read This is Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. I'd be really interested to know what you think. I'm really, like, just started it. And I've read some reviews, and there's mixed feelings, I guess. So I'm just kind of curious to find out what you guys think. And I don't know, maybe some of you, some of you out there might be bibliophiles, book lovers too. And I love talking about the books that I'm reading. I love supporting bookstores, independent bookstores especially. I do not buy books on Amazon ever. I just don't. I think that it's Amazon. It's just a whole other animal. They're putting so many small businesses out of business, and it's not good. But anyway, the next one I'm going to swatch is Ultramarine Blue. It's their version. No, actually, is it Ultramarine? Or is it, wait a minute, let me look. I think I messed up. Oh, it is Ultramarine Blue. Yep, sorry, I was right. Because actually I purchased a primary blue recently from Deep Deep Light. And it's a beautiful color. And this is so useful for mixing. And it's a very true, gorgeous blue. You can't go wrong with a good ultramarine. I would have played music, but every time I play music, I've actually filmed probably 4 different videos trying to like mix in either a audiobook I'm listening to or some music, even classical, and then it gets banned. It gets blocked by YouTube. Like, you can't do it because of copyright. But I don't know. I thought that classical music, it's old. Like, how do you copyright Beethoven? I don't know. Or Mozart. Anyway. So I'm not taking any chances. So it's just me talking and, trying to fill up space while I'm swatching. Yep, this is so deep, rich, red, scarlet. I think scarlet is probably one of my favorite reds. If it's a beautiful, rich one, yes. And this is definitely that, and it doesn't disappoint. Yep. The last color on this swatch card and in this set that I have is called Flat Peach. So let's see. These wet so quickly. Okay, let's see. Let me see if this is in the camera. Yep. I wanted to fit the whole set on this one sheet of paper. So that's why I kind of did them cross. And this page is more crowded than the other. But that way, I mean, it's not a waste of paper, but typically my better paper I want to use for artwork that I'm going to do something with. Sell. Oh yes, I do sell artwork. I don't have a website other than Instagram and Facebook. So most people have reached out to me that way, or I've had a few, different gallery shows. But mostly for those, I was exhibiting my oil paints, but I'm not doing a lot of oil painting because I am not in a regular studio and I don't really like the smell of, I know it's non-toxic, supposedly, the Gamasol that I use and the paints, but it can be really messy and I'm kind of klutzy. And like if I get oil paint on my elbow by accident, it's going to end up all over my couches and everything. I just don't want to do that. So I have done very little oil painting since I moved back here to San Francisco. that will change, of course, because I do love oil paints. This is the final card. This was Flat Peach. I'm going to let this dry. While I'm letting this dry, I'm going to go ahead and swatch out some of the dot cards that I have. They sent me some wonderful, very generous dot cards. I mean, this is almost like a eighth of a pan's worth of paint on here. Probably use it for a lot of paintings. So this one, let me mark it, Intuitive. I think this Intuitive is in my next order, or did I already do that one? Let's see. I lose track of what I've already done. Nope. It's in my next order. So I have another order coming in a couple of days, and I'll do another video. And so this one's Intuitive. This one's, oh God, I fell in love with this from this dot card. So I already started a wish list for my next order. It's like, oh gosh. This is called Dirty Yellow. And then the next one is Giallo Napoli. Giallo? I don't know if they do like in Spain, the double L is a y sound, not an LL sound. Giallo Napoli. Okay, and then we've got Marrone di Seppia. Marrone di Seppia. It's basically marrone is brown. Marrone di, it's sepia brown basically in English. Okay, and this one is Vivianite Genuine, and I did order that one, I know. And it'll be coming in soon. Vivianite Genuine. And the last is Classic Velvet. Oh, you know what? Actually, I want to do Malachite. That's in that palette. And then I did order something else that didn't fit in those little, I ordered in more than 24. And this one is called Amarillo Fuego, and I'll do that one. Okay. Alrighty. Intuitive. I will post a lot of this, probably everything I swatched in the description in my YouTube video, so that if you're interested in what colors we did, for a quick reference, I'll also post, I could post a link to Essee Colors, Essee Watercolors, their website, if you don't have it already. And I know they're offering, right now, I think it's like if in promos, you put in Earth, EARTH, if you go on their website and order, there is a good discount, a really good one actually. So I don't know how long that's gonna last. So if you're watching this video and soon and it's still there, you will get a nice, bonus there. Not because I'm not sponsored, so I don't get any kind of a, what is that called? I don't know. I don't really get any anything for doing this. I just do it because I like it. And I like to share things I like with people. You know, it's like when you read a good book or you go to a good restaurant, you want to tell people about it. That's how I feel about this company. So, and also, I've done quite a few videos of Deep Light, and I feel the same way about them. So, and Giallo. Giallo, I think I have to do a swatching video for them. I haven't done it yet, but I have probably most of their colors, I would say. I have a lot. So, this is Dirty Yellow, and I like it. I really do. It's kind of like, almost like a buff, Reed Buff, similar to Reed Buff from Deep Light, maybe. And this color is the Giallo Napoli. Ooh, very nice. If any of you have been to Italy, you want to make comments below on different places you visited. What's your favorite part of Italy that you visited? I love Tuscany. It's just wonderful. We stayed in something called an agriturismo, and it's a very nice, more affordable way to visit Tuscany, a lot of the countryside, agriturismos. They're like they're not hotels, but they're like, I don't know, really nice pensiones, but then they offer meals, they beautiful sights. Very often they're working farms, so they contribute to agriculture, so they do get some kind of a kickback from the government for the things that they're planting. So I think that's how they're able to renovate these older homes and the land, and offer better rates for very unique and beautiful stays when you go. So I highly recommend looking into agriturismos if you go to Italy, and you're going to go to the countryside. Definitely. Ooh, I like it. This is Marrone di Seppia, and it is lovely. I mean, it's a really nice brown. I do love my earth colors. Oh, look at that. So pretty. Okay. Now we got Vivianite Genuine. Oh, what a pretty gray. It's like a gray blue. Mm-hmm. Okay. That is really nice. Oh, I'm almost at the end here. We just have a few more colors to go. And I hope that you've seen something that you like. I love watching swatching videos because they're very relaxing. And it's very meditative. And it's also a way for me to decide what colors I want to order. So if you found some value in this video today or some enjoyment, I would love you to like my video, because that way it gets pushed out more and more people will see it, especially as a new channel. I'm not monetized or anything. I just want to feel like I'm contributing somehow to the world of art and creativity, and encouraging everyone to be creative. I mean, honestly, if it brings you joy and happiness and peace, you should do it. Life's too short. We have to take care of ourselves. We have to take care of our planet. We have to take care of our well-being and our hearts and our minds so we can take care of the ones that we love. So that is my little message for the day on that. And this is Malachite, and it's really nice. It looks really, really bright. I don't think it, yep, it's not quite as opaque as you might think it would be. Yay! Drop a little water, see it move. Okay, the next one I'm going to do, and the last, is Amarillo Fuego. This is kind of surprising because I thought it would look, I didn't realize it was going to look like this. It's almost like a, what is that? Like a fluorescent-y kind of yellow. Super, super bright. So if you want a punch of color, you know, actually this would be good for doing dandelions. Actually, I think so. Dandelions, daffodils. See, and it can be muted down quite a bit, so it looks a lot brighter in the pan than when you actually paint on it and let it dry. Okay, I'll put that aside. So that's this one, and just to revisit the colors that we did earlier, this is the first sheet. Berlin Blue, Alemana Pearl, Wild, Sanguine, Desert Ocra, Teal Blue Lagoon, Rojo Oxido, Giallo Cromo Oxido. What did I do here? I can't even read my own writing. Oh, Olive Green Light, and Uva Pasa. And then on the other side, Sap Green, Coral, Terra Antica, Verde Foresta, Paris Gray, Malaga, Healing, Shadow Work, Terra Arancia, Northern Lights, Juniper, Ultramarine Blue, Scarlet Red, Flat Peach. And then this intuitive dirty yellow, Giallo Napoli, Marrone de Sepia, Viviante Genuine, Classic Velvet, Malachite, and Amarillo Fuego. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye.